Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Ancelino Davis with Science and Perspective, and I just want to share with y'all some math because, math is like the basis of almost all science. Um, so, we want to do some VAT calculations, right? So, here we take some VAT. This is any item that costs $100, right? And you charge VAT on it. So, you add the 12%, that's $12. So, yeah, this first person who purchases this item pays $100 for the item and then 12% for VAT. So they get $112, right? That's what they paid. But they want to make some money off that, so they add 10%. 10% of this item is $11.20, right? So they added that value. That's the value added. Now you've already paid VAT on this $100, right? And this 12%, this $12, that is the VAT that you already paid. Legally, you're not supposed to pay tax on a tax. That's just unconstitutional. So what that person would do is then only charge the value added tax on the value that they added, which is $11.2. And so the value added tax on that 11.2 is $1.34. So now they add their little markup, their 10% markup, and that value added tax. And so there's $124.54 that they charge to this second person. So let's do it again. The second person wants to sell it again, and so they add a 10% markup, $12.54, and they charge VAT on this value that they added to it. They can't charge VAT on any of this stuff, uh, on any of this above stuff, because VAT has already been charged on that. So they only charge VAT on the $12.45 that they added. Now you get $138.40, 48 cents. So that's how you calculate VAT if you use the value added methodology. But what if you do it like how we do it in the Bahamas? This person got an item for $100. They paid VAT on that. That's $112 now. So now let's add 10%, 11.2. That's the value that you added onto it. So far, we're the same. But now this person charges the tax, this 12%, on everything that came before. So they charge tax on this $100 that you already paid tax on. They charge tax on the $12, which is actually already VAT. So you're charging 12% on top of this 12% VAT. Then you're charging another 12% on this value that you added. So what they're getting is the 12% on the total before that point. And so now you have 14.78 for your charge at this point. This is not really value added tax. This is a tax on a tax and a tax on already taxed tax. All right. So now you get $137.98. And this person, the second person, they still want to make some money, so they add 10%. So now that's $13.80 that they're charging, that they're adding to this. And again, if this person does that same methodology and they charge the VAT on everything, they're charging a tax on this 151.78, and that's now $18.21 of tax. And so now you get $170. So now you're at a point where an item that, if you calculate VAT this way, it'll be $138.48. Now it's $170. So you have to ask yourself, what's wrong with this picture? And who's paying this difference? That's a huge difference for the end consumer. And who's reporting this VAT, and how is it recorded properly? And when are we going to see the data for who's paying VAT and what are they actually paying it on? It is horribly, horribly written inside the Value Added Tax Act, and this needs to be explained properly so the Bahamians can calculate VAT properly on the items that they're selling, and so that the Bahamian consumer can be charged accurately for value added tax. I hope y'all enjoyed that little bit of education on what value added tax should mean. And hope you understand what the difference is in these two mathematically. I'm sure you can see the difference in these, but that's a little bit of science and perspective for y'all today. And happy shopping.